Hello guys, and welcome to another Era of Chaos video. Guys, today we're talking about the artifacts, or in other words, which artifacts are the best to focus on in the beginning of your Era of Chaos journey. If you're a beginner, guys, there are certain artifacts that are better than the others. Of course, before I start, I want to stress heavily on the fact that all artifacts are useful. Some of them are more useful for specific heroes, some of them are extremely useful for specific heroes. But in general, all artifacts will give you value. So it doesn't matter really if you have spent something on an artifact, it will be useful. But in the beginning of the game, guys, your resources are limited, so you have to know where to invest your artifact essence and your diamonds. So let's start with the Elixir of Life. Basically, this is an artifact that you will get pretty easy. When I say you will get, I mean the components of it. As you are currently seeing, I have them maxed out. This artifact is increasing the life of your units, so it is useful for all heroes. I mean, it doesn't matter, it is always useful. Though at some point I decided that, as you can see, for me it's not really maxed. Thing is, I regard it as a useful one, but it's not a top priority. Once again, a useful artifact, but not a top priority. The next one is the Lucky Horseshoe, another very useful artifact, but again, not a top priority. Though, in my opinion, this one is slightly better than the Elixir of Life. Again, I have it on Fusion or level 14, and soon I will start investing more diamonds in upgrading it to max level. Unfortunately for me, I don't even have the specific components of this artifact at level 20, so I'll have to wait a while until I get it. But anyways, I'm definitely doing it. So what we established so far, there's the Elixir of Life and the Lucky Horseshoe, two good artifacts. However, they're not really top priority. However, the next artifact, guys, is a top priority. This is the Wizard's Well. What you have to do, guys, is max this artifact as soon as possible. You're going to get its components a lot, very fast in the campaign, so sooner or later you're going to have them all maxed out, and from there on all you have to do is spend some diamonds so that you can get this Wizard Well to level 20. As you can see, this artifact increases the mana regeneration of friendly heroes and decreases the mana regeneration of enemy heroes respectively. And why this artifact is so important, guys? The truth is, up until a few days ago, I regarded it as very important, but at some point I had it at level 17, and not many other players had it on level 17, so I decided to just cool it off, just leave it there for a while, and at some point, a lot of players are now having it at level 20, and I still don't. So I'm going to demonstrate you how important this item is, guys. So I'm going to do a battle in a friendly battle against an Astro, this guy, who is about 500,000 power below me. So in general, this should be an easy fight, right? After all, he's 500,000 power below me. I should be able to beat him. I don't care about formation, just press on battle, and then I'm going to speed. I'm going to fast forward it. I'm not going to do this to you guys. So I'm going to see the entire battle. You know, Astro versus Astro is a kind of stalemate-ish type of battle, not really that entertaining, so I'm going to fast forward. And you can see that the strange thing happens, that I am actually losing the fight. And then I was like, why am I losing the fight? I have 500,000 power advantage over this guy, but somehow I'm losing the fight. Why? Okay, probably it is a bad luck, guys, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fight this guy once again. And see that probably in the first fight I didn't have luck. Probably Kisnaga did some crazy critical hit or something. It doesn't matter. Probably I was unlucky. So let's try it again. Let's try to beat this guy again. And I'm going to spoil it for you guys. I'm going to lose. Once again, I will lose. And the reason for it is the Magic Well. Because this guy has the Magic Well at level 20. Which means that at level 20, he decreases my mana regeneration by 2 points, and that's huge. Now I'm going to demonstrate this for you. We're going to the leaderboards. Okay, let's get away from this screen. Now I'm going to fight him again. Sorry about that. Let's go back to, because if I fight him again, it's going to be the same. Anyways, I'm going to the leaderboards, and there I'm going to artifacts. And we are checking the Pac-Man. You can see I'm currently I'm 6th when it comes to artifacts. However, I don't have the Magic Well to level 20. Let's go to this guy who is... Where are you? Okay, 17th, but he has the artifact maxed out. You see? And now to demonstrate that this exactly is the reason why he's beating me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to negate the bonuses he gets from this artifact by activating a King Store buff. And this King Store buff is mana regeneration. I'm going to activate it. So currently, his advantage thanks to his level 20 magic well is no longer. And I'm going to fight him again. Probably this time I should win, right? Let's check it out. It will take some time to find him. There we go. We're going to do another duel, friendly. Battle, friendly match. I'm going to press battle, and again I'm going to fast forward, and this time the inevitable will happen and I will win. I was really surprised when I discovered this, because once again I really thought that mana regeneration is extremely important, but not that important. But actually, when I think of it, after all, Astro depends on triggering his skills as soon as possible so he can trigger Magic Awakening of all his units. So especially for Astro, this is paramount. So as you can see, I won. And I was like left with full HP. Then I'm going to do it again just to make sure that this wasn't a lucky win. I'm going to try this battle once again. I'm going to fast forward, of course, and the same thing will happen again. I will win. So you can see, guys, the Magic Well is a must. It is probably the first artifact that you should max out. At some point it will require a lot of diamonds, but it is worth. It is worth, guys. Okay, this battle is going according to the plan, and yep, I won again with 1 minute left on the clock. So I hope this is a good illustration of how good the Magic Well is, of how much value it adds. Okay, so enough for the Magic Well. Once again, this is a top priority artifact. We are going to continue with the next artifact on the list, which is the Ring of the Mage. This is a situational artifact. I wouldn't recommend you investing in this item at all, to be honest. The same applies for the next artifact, the Anti-Magic Runestone. In my opinion, this artifact adds, I would say, decent value at level 17 and 20, and this requires tons of diamonds. I'm not really sure that in the beginning of the game that's really worth. Once again, this should be a low priority. The next artifact, guys, is the Armor of the Damned. It's a very useful artifact at level 1. It is a very useful artifact at level 2, 3, 4, like every single level. However, again, I give it a low priority. Mainly if you're running Inferno, there is this movement speed decrease and it can mess up your Devil a lot. So let's go this way. If you're running Inferno, don't really invest a lot into this artifact. If you're not running Inferno, then, I mean, it would be pretty good way to invest your diamonds in. However, I really prefer the next artifact to the Armor of the Damned, and this is the Axe of Ferocity. This is one of the best purple artifacts in the game. I really like it. Problem is that at some point it's getting too expensive to keep on with the fusions. It requires tons of diamonds. So this is the reason why mine is still at level 9. Even though I really want to get it at level 11, it will take tons of diamonds though, and probably to happen in the next 1 or 2 months. The Bow of the Sharpshooter, very good artifact, really very good artifact. Problem is that in order to level it up, you have to spend essence, and I'm saving my essence for other artifacts. So again, very good artifact, but not a top priority. Let's go with the middle priority. Especially if you're running, you know, I mean, it is good for almost any composition, because almost any composition uses ranged units and casters. And the next one, the next artifact, guys, is the Armor of the Damned. This artifact is pretty nice at level 1. I had the opportunity to max it, but to be honest, not really worth in my opinion. And we got to the Archmage Codex, which is a relatively new artifact. It was introduced to the game, I believe, a few months ago. It is pretty good artifact, but again, not a top priority. I would put it on the middle priority, guys. In general, pretty great artifact. Gives tons of different boost to your heroes and your units, so very nice. Titan's Thunder, I mean, as soon as you have it at level 2, then it's not really a great priority in my opinion. The same applies to the next gold artifact, which is the Hawkeye. I would say that you shouldn't really invest a lot of resources in this artifact, not worth. Spellbinder's Hat, again, level 1 or level 2 is enough, don't really invest tons of resources in it. And we finally got to the Power of the Dragon Father. This artifact is a must for any player, especially the free-to-play player. This is the first premium orange artifact that you should assemble, guys. This is very, very important. At level 1 it is a game changer. It will help you in a lot of PvE and PvE battles, so definitely you should get it to level 1. In the beginning you'll be given some essence, so you have to save it and spend it all on this artifact so that you can have it as soon as possible at level 1. And to be honest, if you're in a good guild and if the highest scoring player on the guild is the level 1 player in arena, you can actually get one piece of this artifact for free, which is always useful. The next artifact, guys, is the Sword of Frost. The Sword of Frost is a very situational item. Once again, not saying it is useless, it is not. However, it is very, very good, but just for Sandro. I mean, if you're running Sandro, then the Sword of Frost is a must, it is paramount. Sandro without the Sword of Frost is not really strong now, not at all. So definitely, if you're running Sandro, the Sword of Frost is a priority. If you're not running Sandro, then I would say it's a very, very low priority. The next item with high priority is the Angelic Alliance, probably one of the best, if not the best premium artifact for now. A problem with this artifact is that it has to be at least level 2 in order to be useful, because level 1 it's not really that useful, to be honest, so it has to be at least level 2, and that requires tons of essence and actually a lot of money, because currently this artifact is not even in the store. I really hope that in the next 1 or 2 months they're going to finally put it in the store, because I've saved about 10,000 essence for it, so I can finally max it out. And the last artifact, the Apple of Eden. I cannot tell you anything about this artifact because nobody on our server has it, and I don't know how good it is. I would put it as a low or middle priority because I don't really know anything about it. I mean, at first glance it looks okay, but I have to test it, and so far I didn't have the opportunity to do it. Okay, guys, so this is it for this video. Once again, let's repeat the top priorities, only the top priorities. The first top priority is the Wizard Well, absolute must. You have to max it out as soon as possible, even if that involves spending diamonds. The second must artifact is, of course, the Dragon Father, and the third must artifact is the Angelic Alliance. Those two artifacts are good for almost every single hero, for almost every single composition. In general, they are, in my opinion, the best artifacts in the game, so if you get them, you'll be good to go. Okay, guys, this is going to be all from me for today. See you next time. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.